Hi, this is Scott Sierzenga with Western Herald. I'm the beat writer for the Western Michigan University girls volleyball team. The volleyball team has won 8 straight at home. They look to play their final home game against the Mid-American Conference on Thursday. It'll especially be emotional for the seniors. They're going to be playing against Northern Illinois, who's 13-12 this year, 7-5 in the MAC. If the women happen to beat Northern Illinois, they will have tied for the clinch the MAC West, at least a share of it. So they'll have that looking forward. They've won 8 in a row at home, like I said. Then on Saturday, they look to play Miami of Ohio, who is 9-3 in the conference, and a big, always put together a good team. You're a senior, you're going to be playing your final home game possibly at University Arena. Can you talk about some of your emotions that might be going through your mind?
Excitement. It's kind of surreal how fast this season has gone. I can't even believe it. It's kind of like hasn't hit me yet that it's our last game coming up here, and I don't know. I can't wait, but at the same time, it's like bittersweet because it is my last one.
Can you talk about possibly some of your best memories here? What was do you have one that sticks out in particular, one game, one performance?
On a court? On this court?
Yeah.
There's so many. I can't relive, I can't think of specifically one. I mean, any play that involves somebody just bouncing the ball on somebody's face is always a memorable moment, but I can't think of anyone specifically, but I love those plays. I don't know.
You guys, with a win here, you at least clinched the MAC West. How important will that be for your team to at least have some sort of idea that you clinched it moving forward in your final 3 games?
It's important to us. I mean, we're really excited because we know that we did win, and we had to play some tough teams and go through a lot to win it, but we keep it in the back of our heads that it doesn't mean anything if we don't play good from here on out, and if we go to the MAC tournament without, thinking that somebody's just going to give us the win. So, I mean, we're happy we got the MAC West, but at the same time, we're still looking ahead.
You're also your last possible home game at University Arena. Can you talk about some emotions you're going to have when you step on the court?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really weird. I mean, this is my 5th year, so it's going to be different not being able to play here. The next time I'm going to come to a match here, I'm going to be sitting on the sideline or sitting in the bleachers with my parents. So, yeah, it's going to be different, but at the same time, it's one of those things where you want to play your best and you want to leave it all out on the court when you can.
Are you a little worried that there might be any nerves when you first step out, the first set that, oh, this is my last game, anything like that through your mind?
I think I'm nervous about that, but I think that I can, get over it real quickly. I think it's more about having fun and being out there with the girls another time and last time.
Can you talk about one of your favorite memories playing at home?
There's a lot of games. Well, I think that the most recent beating Ohio in 3, it's something that we've been striving for ever since I came in, and it hasn't happened. So I think being able to be home for that was amazing, and the fans that we've gotten in the past few years has been great. So I think that helps a lot.
I know this is kind of jumping ahead. There's been some rumors about that you guys put in a bid to possibly host the first and second round of the tournament. How important would that be if you get to the tournament to host the first and second?
Oh, it would be great. I mean, I think any player could say that playing at home is the best. You have the advantage of just being comfortable, being there with your family, with your friends. So I think that would be clutch, but it's getting there first. We got to focus on that before anything else.
And with a clinch, you can at least tie for a clinch of the MAC West if you beat Northern Illinois. How important do you think that would be to secure that up as soon as possible, to at least set your mind at ease?
Yeah, I think that's the first step right now, is doing that, and it'll get us a better seed in the tournament, and that's good for us. That's really good for us, and we want to get the best possible seed.
Can you talk about how important it is to get a win at home on Thursday for some of the seniors? I know it could be their last game at home in the University Arena. So is there a sense of emotion throughout the team to want to pull for the girls?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's always those kind of emotions on senior night. They've been through a lot here, and we're going to miss them a lot, but we try not to put too much pressure on that because we also don't want to play tense. It is just any other game. It's another MAC game like any other, so we don't want to place it on a pedestal, although we do know that it's special for them and us because it could be their last game here. So
yeah, and it's probably going to be an emotion-filled game. Is there anything that have you talked to anyone about saying, we're going to say this to them, try and calm them down, try to relax them, because you do have an important game at hand.
Not specifically, but as a team, well, last year our senior night didn't go so well for us. Didn't go how we planned at all, and so collectively we kind of know, and we've kind of discussed as a team that we don't want to place too much emphasis on it being the last game here, and we have to do so well for them, and all this pressure on them and us. So collectively we've kind of talked about it like that, and we're just going to look at it as any other game and then celebrate and get emotions going afterwards. So
Miami's I think they're 9-3 in the conference. What would a win over them do for your confidence level if you end up having to play them in the future?
That one's going to be huge. One, because they're always a good team, and two, because it'll be our first road game in a while, and so it'll be good to know that we can have that confidence here as well as on the road too, because it's just a whole different mental game on the road, and that's what we're kind of preparing for them this weekend.
Do you think that the fact that you haven't played on the road in what will be 5 games, do you think that's going to come into play at all in the first couple sets? Are you guys worried about that? Just any adjustments?
We've kind of addressed it, especially considering our last road games were our worst 2 this season. We know that it's going to be a tougher mental game, but we're prepared for it and we're ready for it, and we think that we're in a good spot right now to come out on top. So
for some of the seniors, this is obviously probably their last game at University Arena, or it could be. How do you think the emotion could set the tone of the game?
I think it's exciting for them to be playing in front of their fans. They've been such a great part of the program, have reached new heights with them in, obviously in part of our program over the last 4 and sometimes 5 years. So it's exciting for them to play against a very good opponent, and we have a great match every year, home and away against Northern Illinois. So I think it's very fitting for them to go out, with Northern coming in here and just knowing that the crowd's going to be behind them.
You've obviously spent a lot of time with those seniors, and especially in the last MAC game, and it's kind of an important one at home. Do you think that there's going to be any emotion that you might show a little bit too, going out there, for the girls? Because obviously they're going to be playing with a lot of emotion.
They will, and I think we have to put it all in perspective. This is one match, and hopefully an extended season for us. So we play Northern at home, then we have to regroup and focus on our next opponent. So the emotion will come, come December, January at the end of our season in our banquet, just so we can show our appreciation. But I think they know how important they are to the program, but we're by no means close to being done with playing volleyball either here or on the road.
You've played 5 straight games at home. Your last road trip wasn't as successful as you wanted it to be. Are there any concerns about going to Miami for the first time in probably a couple weeks?
No, we're not concerned at all because we're in a really good place. Although we lost a couple weeks ago, that's been our strength of the last couple matches. We needed to get to a point where we decided to do it on our own. They've taken ownership of everything and responsibility for what they're doing on the court, in the locker room, everywhere within the community. They know that they're very good role models, and they know that they can play at a high level. They've decided to play at a high level every match, every point.
I've been told that you guys submitted a bid to host the first couple rounds of the NCAA tournament. Can you talk about your thoughts on that, and is the team possibly looking a little, do you think that they may be looking too far ahead with that insight? No,
because we don't talk about it. You just did, but no, we don't. That's out there. It's something in the future. We know we've been to Dayton, and we know what they were capable of doing at Dayton in hosting their first round and second round. It was a great experience. Our administration came back and said, we can do this. Let's put a bid in for this year. But we know that it won't be a reality unless we take care of business on our side of the court right now. We're not even thinking beyond tomorrow's practice, then we have a match on Thursday, get back to work on Friday, so we're really putting everything into perspective.